I find the entire narrative offensive and misleading, and anyone who does gig delivery driving watches that and they say, well, actually, yeah, a lot of that stuff's incorrect. Not a single one has listed up a figure, not a single one has listed up a number and said, this amount, that is absolute hogwash, that is misinformation, it's a lie. It's not adding up, is it, guys? What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be looking at some union and lobbyist propaganda where they are spreading misinformation to push an agenda, and the impact is around the Closing the Loopholes bill, which is going to destroy the gig industry in Australia. Now, I just want to preface two things. So the first thing is my position on all this. It's ludicrous that I have to say this. I don't want gig delivery drivers to get paid less. I want gig delivery drivers to get paid more. I just don't think the Closing the Loopholes bill is the solution to this. I think there's just way too many gaps in this framework and way too many what ifs around it all. Plus, no union, lobbyist or politician has came forward and said, we want drivers to get X amount for doing XYZ work. None of them have said anything like that, so it's just a trust me bro bill. And everything's always panned out perfect once we trust the government, right? Second thing I need to touch base on here. So the people we're going to watch in these videos, I don't think they're bad people. I don't think they're evil people or anything like that. I think they have been heavily vetted. I think they are reading off scripts that have been heavily edited, curated, put together by unions, lobbyists, or politicians, whatever's been involved on it. Unfortunately, they're being used as pawns to push agenda for these unions, these lobbyists, these politicians. It's a really low act. So I don't want anyone in the comments attacking these people individually, being nasty to these people we're about to run through, I'm going to react to. I just want you guys to understand that they are just reciting stuff that's been put together for them, that they've been rehearsing through. So attack the words being said, not the people saying them. So let's jump into the first video and review the lies and misinformation being pushed by these unions, lobbyists, and politicians.
I work 40 to 60 hours every week and sometimes even 80 hours.
Dude's got some grind, that's great.
To make the basic survival payments, to pay my bills. Yet, if I speak to someone, they ask me, if you're getting paid $15, $20 an hour, why do you work for them? And they don't ask them, why are they paying me $15, $20?
Are you getting paid $15, $20 an hour? No. Is that the average? I don't think so. Maybe on like a bad hour or maybe on a bad shift, potentially. But do you want to tell them about the times that you make, $30, $40, $50 per hour? Because it happens. Kind of omitting some facts there, aren't you?
I started because I thought it's going to be flexible. Yes, it is flexible to sign in and sign out, but rest, it is not.
It is flexible. The entire thing's flexible. It's flexible gig work.
I do not have any flexibility in terms of accepting orders.
You do have flexibility in the terms of accepting orders. You can decline any offer coming through. You can decline down to a 0% acceptance rating on DoorDash. You can knock back as many orders as you want on Uber Eats, and it has no impact on your account. The thing that pops up to accept, you can just hit decline. You have complete flexibility on that and no impact to your account.
I do not have any flexibility in terms of where I want to go and where I do not want to go.
You have complete flexibility on where you want to go or where you don't want to go. So you see a map and it has the restaurants on there. It's got a map of where you're driving to. So you got a pretty good idea on where you're heading to. And if you don't want to take that order based off the map that you see, you can just decline the offer.
If I try to not to take any order, they'll tell me they'll deactivate my account.
No, that's completely fabricated. You do not get deactivated for declining offers. You can decline down to nothing. So getting deactivated for not accepting offers, that is absolute rubbish. That is misinformation that has been scripted for this guy to recite.
They'll give me warnings. If I'm not taking the order in 20 minutes, they'll give me warning that you are late, yet it's paying me $20.
Okay, you're 20 minutes late on a delivery. What's the reasoning for that? Are you sitting around in your car at the front of a McDonald's in a parking lot milking Uber Eats? Are you multi-apping the bad way? Have you got a boot full of food from multiple platforms and you're driving around and you're getting late notifications for that? That's a possibility. I know people do that. If it was because of traffic or something like that, I'm sure he would have said because of traffic, but they want to make it seem like that just because you're running late, you can get deactivated. Now, you can get deactivated for it, but you can appeal that stuff. You just let them know I was late in traffic, and that's generally fine. And it takes multiple instances of this happening. It's not just like a one-off and then you're deactivated. No, absolute rubbish.
And even less than that. An hour without super, without any personal leave, without any sick leave.
You're a contractor. You don't get super. You don't get sick leave or anything like that. You're a contractor. You put that stuff aside yourself out of your contract payment. That's part of being a business owner, having an ABN in Australia.
Nothing. We just want our basic minimum wage, $26 per hour. That's it. That's all I want.
If lobbyists and the union are saying that they want $26 per hour written in, they have no idea what they're talking about. They have no idea about the industry.
We get hard up if restaurants take longer to prepare the food, or we might get stuck in traffic.
Yep, that happens. It's part of the gig, waiting for food at restaurants, and sometimes you get stuck in traffic.
Sometimes I have been stuck in the traffic jam and received a call from gig company telling me that I need to go quicker.
Questionable, but yeah, you do get calls sometimes asking what's going on, what's taking so long. And, that is a wake-up reminder to people multi-apping the incorrect way with a bootload of food.
The delay hurt us more than they hurt anyone else. It cost us money.
Correct, yes. So delays at restaurants, being stuck in traffic, waiting for orders, that does cost money. But it's all law of averages, guys. So sometimes you're going to have a ripper hour, sometimes you're not going to have such a great hour. But not every delivery you're stuck in traffic. Not every delivery you're waiting at a restaurant. And while sometimes you do wait between deliveries, sometimes you are back to back. You finish one, you get an offer straight through. If you are multi-apping the correct way, you increase your chances of getting more offers to stay busy on the road.
Often, we make only $14 or $15 an hour and still have to cover our costs from that.
So keyword there is often, guys. I can tell that this script has been heavily ran through. So $14, $15 per hour, I don't think it's often. Sure, you can have a bad day, you can have a bad run, but they're not saying the times they earn $30, $40, $50 per hour. She sat there saying, yes, sometimes I earn $14, $15 per hour, but there have been times I've earned $40 per hour. The statement just doesn't come through as strong for their agenda.
I first came across TW because I need help when I got deactivated. The gig company must have run a background check on me, and they said I had a criminal record, but I don't. I once went to the court following a traffic incident, but I was never convicted for anything.
Look, I don't know the criteria of what's acceptable or unacceptable on the background history checks, but something has flagged up there.
It was just a silly little things. It was so stressful. I was deactive for about a year until TW got involved and I finally got my account back.
1 year deactivated and you feel compelled to work for that company again, I would move on. And not trying to be too critical on this propaganda script they've got here, but $14 to $15 per hour, as they stated often. Why would you be running through the gates to sign back up after a year of being deactivated to earn $14, $15 an hour? It's not adding up, is it, guys?
I know so many people are deactivated all the times, and we aren't given the chance to defend ourselves against whatever we have been accused of.
You absolutely are. When you are deactivated, you can appeal the decision through. Once again, misinformation, guys. If you are deactivated, you can appeal the deactivation decision. There's a process to follow through with it, and I'm sure that's what the Transport Workers Union did on this person's behalf. And that's, of course, if this entire script this person's reading is not heavily fabricated propaganda.
We really need those standards to protect our jobs and help us earn more income. No one should be paid below the minimum wage.
Once again, this propaganda is going back to minimum wage because they know it tears at the heartstrings of Australians. Now, not a single mention in the Closing the Loopholes bill, the union, any of the lobbyists or any of the politicians have talked about the wage being put into legislation there. Not a single one has listed up a figure, not a single one has listed up a number and said this amount. So they keep going back to minimum wage. Why they keep going back to minimum wage when this entire Closing the Loopholes bill does not legislate anything to do with wages?
Delivering food full-time on four wheels, Navin Adhikari is struggling to earn a crust. For each order,
how much is the driver getting? $3, $4?
$3, $4. That sounds like Uber Eats add to route orders. Yes, they're at $4 now, which is an add to route. It's not your primary offer though. That's stacking on an extra order on top. I'm not a fan of them unless I'm burning down a quest. And if I'm burning down a quest and getting quest bonuses, they're pretty lucrative.
his account was once deactivated, he says, for not accepting enough jobs.
Absolute rubbish. Everyone who drives for these gig apps know that you cannot get deactivated for declining offers or not accepting enough jobs, they said there. That is absolute hogwash. That is misinformation. It's a lie.
So basically, I do somewhere around like 70 to 80 hours, sometime up to 90 hours a week.
So yeah, once again, the guy's got some solid grind. He's got some hustle. That's good.
Say like, they are just one unexpected car breakdown away from being broke.
I can't comment on the individual financial situation that he's portraying across, but a lot of businesses budget money aside for breakdowns, wear and tear, things that pop up that are unexpected for your business to run. You have an ABN, you're working as a contractor, you need to budget and prepare for these things.
We're working in a multi-billion-dollar companies, but we have nothing.
Once again, guys, just extremist propaganda. I have nothing. Of course we have something. Of course we're making money. Of course we're getting ahead. They're painting a picture that all delivery drivers are completely broke and destitute. I don't like that at all.
From the start to finish, from picking up an order to dropping off an order, we're just a number. We're not counted as a worker.
We're just a number, not counted as a worker. Welcome to every corporation. Welcome to every company ever, bro.
He joined the Transport Workers Union to stick up for others in the gig economy.
We have to work hundreds of hours to make a very basic pay to pay off our basic survival needs.
Once again, that position kind of falls through a little bit on them, or what they've been coached to say, working hundreds of hours to find a period of hundreds of hours. Hundreds of hours per week, not possible. 100 hours per week, that is an incredible amount of time per day, and if you're doing that, chances are you're making bank. So guys, they're painting a narrative that delivery drivers don't make money. We know that's incorrect. They're painting a narrative that we're all poor and broke. That's incorrect as well. A lot of us are getting ahead. This is our side hustle to make extra income to get ahead of the economy. And they keep hammering out that narrative that working 60, 70, 80 hours a week is bad. If you're working them hours, you're getting ahead, you're making bank. The majority of people don't have a side hustle and don't work overtime. They're just doing 40 hours and they think, oh, working more than 40 hours, that's a little bit tough and rough. But as a contractor, you're choosing to work them extra hours. No one's forcing you to work them hours, and you are making money doing them extra hours. And for anyone that turns around and says, oh yeah, but you get penalty rates for working more than 40 hours a week, right? Guys, if it does go down that path of employment, do you think for a second any of the gig companies are going to let you work more than 40 hours on their platform to pay you penalty rates on top? It's not going to happen. I find the entire narrative offensive and misleading, and anyone who does gig delivery driving watches that and they say, well, actually, yeah, a lot of that stuff's incorrect. Once again, guys, do not attack these people in these videos. They are just running through heavily rehearsed scripts and ideas to push out there for agenda for these parties, and these parties are pushing that information that we just watched that we know is incorrect out to the wider public. I want drivers to get paid more, but this closing the loopholes bill is not the solution to it. But that's all for today, guys. Was there anything in them videos that you noticed were incorrect? Leave them down below in the comments with your thoughts. Take it easy, drive safe out there, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.